welcome back everybody to Legend of the Five Rings. It's been a couple months since our last live stream, but we are back and ready for action. Today we have a new cast member joining us. Eric is going to be explaining his character when we meet him, or her. I don't. You haven't really.
It's a guy.
Okay, it's male. Okay. So he'll be joining in a little while. But last time on Legend of the Five Rings, our party had wandered into a mountain in Dragonland seeking the mountain spring of Kamigami no Tomi because supposedly there's an artifact there that's providing some kind of magical healing, and hopefully it has extensive magics beyond that. Some sort of secret access to the Kami in some way is kind of what you guys hope is. On your journey, you met up with a group of Moto soldiers who attempted to arrest you and bring you back to Lion Lands, and you vehemently refused. They allowed you to go on your journey
after we defeated them.
After you sort of defeated them, with the caveat that they would send one of their own with you to be able to confirm reports about you after you returned. So you guys went with him the rest of the journey. You began climbing the mountain, seeking the entrance into the mountain caverns, at which point you fairly quickly found the entrance and were entangled in some sort of water kami movement where it whipped around you and drug you into a gap in the mountain, pulling you into a waterfall and down into a swirling pool. And that is where we left off. As you... Is everybody ready? You guys ready for this?
Are you ready for this?
Roll me a target number 2 fitness check, everyone who is in the pool. Which is not Eric's character. And I will say you probably have to use water in this one as your ring.
I forgot how to read the dice.
Well, you've got fancy helps, I believe, on your character sheet somewhere, maybe?
All right.
If you have the right sheets printed out anyway.
Here's this. What's our target number?
Target number 2.
Okay. I know what I have to take. Need a refresher things here.
Yeah, opportunity for...
All right, now, Rick, you only get to keep one of those dice, and I see you do have an explosive success on one of your skill dice.
I used to roll that.
Okay, so you've got a success and an opportunity. Kevin, how did you do?
2 successes, a strife, and an opportunity.
2 success, a strife, and an opportunity. And Mike, how did you do?
2 successes and a strife.
Excellent. So go ahead and take your strife. Miramoto, though, you get whipped into the current. You find yourself spinning underwater.
Now, would this involve agility at all?
No.
Okay.
Well,
I mean...
to the degree that you used a fitness check, yes.
Okay, because...
Is there something you have that particularly affects agility?
There is. I have keen balance. When performing a check where balance is a benefit, re-roll 2
Balance
dice.
is not a benefit
That's
in
what
the
I'm
water.
asking. Well, no, it depends.
So,
but okay. Anyway, fair enough.
agility, yes. Balance, no.
Okay. All right.
So you find yourself whipped in the current. You're spinning under the water, kind of underneath the falls, unable to get out. So you're going to take 7 fatigue.
Oof.
It's a big number, yes.
That's a big number.
It's a big, big number. So you'll take 7 fatigue, and you are kind of floundering in there. Utaku and Isawa, you two make it up to the surface just in time to see the sort of limp, unconscious body of Soshi as she floats toward the edge of the cavern about 30 feet from you. And she is face down in the water.
Okay.
Miramoto, how are you doing? Are you fatigued out?
No.
No? Okay, cool. So you'll be able to, eventually you get your bearing and you're able to kind of kick away from the falls so that you can get up out of the water yourself. If that had taken you over, you would have also been unconscious floating in the water.
Okay.
Look to make sure that are there 2 Yunjin and the...
They are also safe.
Okay. then I will swim over to Sochi.
Okay. You swim over to Sochi, and she is she's face down in the water, like I said. She's kind of bumping against as it doesn't really incline up. It's like a sinkhole.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's just like deep water and edge. And so you kind of have to lift her up out of the pool itself, which you do fairly easily, I imagine. You probably get yourself out first and then pull her onto the ledge. And it's easy enough for you guys to get out. I'm not going to make you roll a check for that. But she's barely breathing, but she is breathing.
Okay.
What do we see around us?
It is, for all intents and purposes, a dark cavern. There is a single light from the roof where you guys fell in, shining on a cavern that leads out of this particular, or shining on a cavern that leads out of this cave.
Basically.
Yes.
And how big is how big is the cave? It's
The cave itself is there. It's about 40 feet from the center to the wall.
okay, so about 80 feet.
It's about
So
80
big.
feet wide. It's
big.
very big.
Okay, and I guess it's a river down there or a pool.
So you don't see a pool. The pool is what you were in. It's not a river. You don't see any sort of outlet out of here. It's whatever outlet there
Is
is.
it surrounded by land?
It is.
Okay.
It's kind of like a rock cliff, almost like our table here.
Okay.
That's surrounding it around the edges. Some spaces of it are thinner than others due to like erosion and things like that. But it is, for all intents and purposes, like a straight drop down from where you guys are.
Okay, nice. Okay. I will take a calming breath once I get
Okay.
up, and I can
So
rest for a moment.
you'll certainly heal one strife and one fatigue, and you if you're below half of your strife, you get back up to half.
And you said Sochi is who's
Yes, she is
who was-
unconscious.
Okay.
Do you have any
Yes, I
medical
do.
skill?
Actually, what I would like to do is, in that particular scenario, I would like to use key protection.
Okay. What does that do?
So this is a technique that allows me to do a target number 1 meditation check. What it will do is it'll allow me to basically, if they were to take a calming breath, I can touch somebody or I can remove fatigue. So it's 2 fatigue instead of 1.
If they take a calming breath, or you just take 2 fatigue off.
It's well that it was written both ways. It depends on how you do it. The burst effect is regardless.
Okay, so you need to get that burst, which is extra successes.
Correct.
By how much? Is it 2 successes?
It's by 2 successes.
Okay, so you need 3 successes to get it to go off.
Correct.
Without her taking a calming breath actively. All right, roll that meditation. And what kind of invocation is this?
This is a water.
Okay.
All right. Did not get the bonus successes. I cannot make the check. Based upon my rank.
Did you get 1 success at least?
I actually got 2 successes.
Okay, you see that her breathing evens out, but other than that, like you've kind of stabilized her stress for sure. Like her body is no longer struggling in itself, but she is not alert or awakened.
Okay, and I don't have any void points right now in order to be able to trigger the other portion of it.
Okay.
So
the lion finally makes his way to the edge of the pool, and he begins kind of fashioning a sort of mobile gurney. They kind of, as a soldier, he just carried these things with him, and so he's got some poles that he's lashing together with rope, and then he's got a small mat that he's going to place on it so that he and Yunji can carry Soshi.
Okay.
And he just kind of silently kneels down and begins working on this.
all right.
Now, when I take my calming breath, because he
It's specific to the target.
to
Yeah.
the target. Gotcha. Okay.
I'll say much appreciated. I can't remember. Did he introduce himself? Did he introduce himself earlier? I
He
apologize.
didn't. You know he's Moto.
All
That's
right.
and that's what you know about him. He won't give you anything further.
I appreciate him on this time.
I don't really know what we are doing down here, but whatever it is, I'm supposed to bring you back healthy. We can't really imprison dead people.
You probably won't imprison us either.
I hope that that's the case. Genuinely, I do.
That is good.
What should I call you? And he's like acknowledging now that you do not have, because you guys haven't been talking to him. He's basically like a tag-along captor.
He's an NPC.
He's an NPC, and so like he's acknowledging like you're not wearing a mon. He said, "What for the ease of conversation? What should I call you?"
You may refer to me as Diphthong or Miramoto, whatever you please.
I appreciate it, Diphthong. And are you wearing either of your mons,
I am.
Isawa? Okay. And Lord Isawa, if there is anything that I can do to help in any way, I will. But I don't think that it's safe to take her with us, or with you specifically. I've heard tales of this mountain, and I think that the journey would be dangerous for anybody conscious, let alone somebody who is already nearing death's door. I think it would be better if perhaps somebody stayed with me and tried to find a way out of here whenever you finish what it is you're doing in these caverns.
You wish someone to stay behind.
If you would admit it, I will gladly give my weapons to you if it makes you more comfortable, but
That is very noble.
having a way out is more important to me than, well, capturing anybody.
But to give up your weapons,
I'm attempting to show trust.
I appreciate that. That is incredibly sincere.
I don't believe with the way that you've fought, the fact that you didn't vitally injure any of me or my companions says quite a bit about who you are, and that you would not intentionally endanger the Empire if you would not endanger strangers from another land.
We are trying to save the Empire. We are trying.
I don't want you to look up, I want you to speak up.
We are trying to save the Empire. Things are going on that I don't wish to discuss at the moment, but that affect everyone. And we have met your Lord Akoto, and I have the utmost respect for the Lion Clan. And you have shown in your actions here that that respect is due. And I appreciate that very much. Perhaps we should meditate on your plan of action before we move forward, because I'm not sure if it's as dangerous as you say that we should leave anybody behind.
No, he's not talking about leaving him behind.
He's talking.
He's talking about him, and if Yunji would not mind accompanying him to find a way out.
Right. Which
Of
means
course,
that
I can handle myself, please.
Ari
This cub
and
is
myself-
nothing. This cub he's a child. I've been in war. Please, allow me to stay behind and guard Soshi. This is not my journey anyway. I'm here to support my friend Kiteo. And if the best support I can give is a way out of this damned cave, then that's the support that I'll give.
And all we see is one exit out of this cavern?
That's all you know is that for sure is an exit is up.
Oh, okay. I thought you said we saw
Well,
one.
there is a way in,
Right.
but the only way that you know for sure that's a way out is up.
Is there light in this cavern, or is it
Only what's shining on that one entrance, like that one exit into going deeper into
Well,
the
we
tunnel.
know my next move.
Tunnel, that's the dang word I was looking
Tunnel,
for.
yes. So how high is the ceiling that the crack is in, and how
You
thick?
fell at least 40 feet.
40 feet into
Yeah.
the water, and how thick was the entrance that we came riding
Not
through? Can
very.
we tell? Okay.
One person could fit through comfortably.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
And comfortable is a light word. One person could fit through without dismemberment.
So we all know my next move. Out comes a katana of fire, so that we can see, because we don't have a torch.
Shining the light. All right, cool. I'm not going to make you roll for it.
All right, thank
Um,
you.
And my
you're
next move
summoning it specifically for light.
Yes.
Yeah, my next move is probably equally evident. Lord Tagashi's insight.
Okay, go ahead. You got to roll the meditation check, right?
Yep.
Now I have to find out what information I want to give you.
It rhymes with everything.
Now, Lord Tagashi's insight just makes me give you a direction to go,
Oh, it is void.
right?
A clue, a brief vision, or hear his voice, receive a hint or a clue on how to proceed.
Okay, before you roll these dice,
Yes.
there is one way to proceed out of this cavern. Or
Right.
two ways. Out,
But it's not just out
or
of this
in.
cavern, because we're seeking
sure.
something greater. We're seeking basically,
Sure.
A tool to help us restore the balance.
I'm just letting you know. If you use it now, this is the once per session you get to use it.
Well, I understand it's the once per session, but
He's
I'm
also
not
telling
looking.
you what his answer's going to be.
No, I'm telling. I'm not looking for a way out of this thing. I'm looking for insight
Sure.
into the.
That's your school
point.
ability, correct?
It is. Yeah, well, it's. Yes.
Go ahead and roll the meditation check. I'm just going to get to it so I can read and I know what I need to be giving you because I don't want to give you anything
Very good.
bad.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Very
You got a
good.
goose egg anyway, so I ain't got to give you
Hey,
jack.
you can heal some of that strife.
Well, I don't have really any strikes.
Well,
so-
what ring were you in? Because it could be the
Void.
one that heals endurance.
Void.
Oh, never mind.
Let's see. Oh no, that's the blood of the kami is your school ability.
Yes.
So this one is a
Lord
technique.
Tagashi. Yeah.
Oh, it's probably the Quan Kata or something.
Okay, well then I think I'm wrong in that anyway. That like you get more than one. What is it? What rank? It's rank 1. Kiho, correct?
I believe it is. Everything I get is a keyhole, pretty much.
Okay, fair enough. And then invocations. I'm trying not to spend too much time in this, but
Right. Yeah, and I failed anyway, so.
and you feel so. Yeah, you look it up and give me the page.
That is the way it's supposed to work. All right.
With all those, he can purchase a way to the easiest way to accomplish the task he was attempting.
The easiest way: meditate better.
Stop nagging Lord Takashi.
Leave me alone, for crying out loud.
That's the vision.
Lord Tagashi's on the can. He'll be back later.
Out to lunch.
Tip thumb,
Alright,
you are too
So,
mean.
you have lit your katana of flame for you guys to proceed forward.
It's a technique.
I'll lead the way.
Okay, is everybody following?
Yep.
Miyamoto, are you going to follow Isawa? Miyamoto?
I'm right behind.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are going to wander through this cavern. The cave ahead is darker than you expected. Even though you light this sword, the light from the flame doesn't seem to reach where you think it should. There's something more sinister about this space than maybe what you anticipated it would be. As you venture forward, probably 30, maybe 40 feet down this tunnel, you see what used to be an ornate wooden sign discarded to the side. It looks like it probably was nailed into the wall by iron pegs at some point, but it has since fallen down. And you can sort of make out the words, "Welcome to the dojo of the Mad Dragon Miramoto Hiroto."
Miramoto Hiroto.
As you continue down the hallway, you enter into a large room that at first initially extinguishes part of your flame. Roll me a theology fire check, Isawa, to see if you can keep it lit. Like as you see it receding, if
Target
you can
number?
kind of switch it back on. It's going to be to basically cast your invocation. Target number 2, I believe.
Because of my school ability, it's down to 1.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
my ranks. And that's a good thing.
Very good.
I mean, it's fire, so.
Yeah, so those are going to count as well. It's 2 successes. I've got it.
Okay.
Let's see. Fire 2, so I can do...
Can I do a religion or
Second
theology?
katana pops up.
No.
The opportunity that I had.
Okay, so you're like, go.
It's not bright enough!
Whoosh, whoosh. Got him. You wanted to roll a well before
Theology.
you get
Okay,
to
go.
the theology check. As that was receding, you light these up, and almost like on cue, as you shake the other one into existence, a torch to your right lights up green, and a torch to your left lights up yellow, and they alternate going down the sides of the wall: green, yellow, green, yellow,
Dragon
green,
Clan
yellow.
colors.
Dragon Clan colors. And the flames surround this room, and you see along the edges of the cavern the faces of hundreds of people. Not like heads on spikes, but the ghostly visage of several hundred individuals who have wandered into this cavern and not made it out. And as the ghostly visions go from the head down, you see the piles of the bodies that these individuals used to inhabit.
So we're in a necropolis.
You're in some sort of necropolis, and these ghostly figures watch from the side, and you see not far from the center of the room an individual who I will now let Eric describe, laying on the ground holding an arrow in his hand that he's just pulled out of his left shoulder.
I'm in Ashigaru armor right now, currently, over my clan colors, so you can't probably see them. I don't know if it's normally on the armor or not, but
It can be.
I've got a scar from like my cheekbone to my lip, maybe slightly parting it. Makes it so I have trouble speaking a bit. I have my hair back in a neat bun just for traveling. I've got not a katana but a jian on me, as far as I know, and I have a large-ish like pocketbook on one of my hips also.
So you see this individual sitting in the ground holding an arrow. Eric, what is your character's name?
Kitsuki Dairen.
So Kitsuki Dairen is laying on the ground, and you are almost at max fatigue. In
Oh.
fact, you only have 1 left. And go ahead and put yourself at half composure as well.
Ari, someone's alive in here.
He's breathing very heavily currently.
Well, I will move towards him. You look seriously injured.
Do I remember how I got here and stuff, or is it just like I
You
woke
were
up and
wandering
I was-
down here looking specifically for this space.
So he came in through the same way we did?
Yes.
Seeing that
I can't quite remember where this arrow came from, but yes, I do look quite injured.
Would you allow me to offer you some assistance? And some aid?
Sure. I think I can manage a little bit also, but another hand's always helpful.
I am Isawa. And
Well-
you?
My name is Katsuki Dairen, and
It is a pleasure to meet you, Kasuki.
this is a strange place to meet others, I'd say. I think your curiosity got the better of you also.
Please do not be alarmed by what is about to take place. So I'll start moving in the motions and run my key protection again,
I'm also
and
going.
lay a hand on his shoulder. So I'll extinguish the one katana, leaving the other one on for light, and then
So you don't have to cauterize the wound or anything like
No.
that?
I could stab him, but I'm not sure it's gonna go well.
I got medicine also. But
I'm gonna
just
look
like
around the
one
room.
time.
I'm gonna look around the room for. He got shot, so making sure there's no one else here.
So there are lots of ghosts lining the walls, as
Yeah.
described previously.
No, I understand that. I was.
That's
Looking
kind of
trapped,
what you
too.
see right now, and like it's a dojo. There's equipment kind of around for training.
Is there any other? Oh, I'm busy with him. I'll let him.
What type of arrowhead is it then? Training
It's
arrow or?
it's not a training
Okay.
arrow, and when you were initially shot, it wasn't quite so bad as it is now,
Okay.
and I will leave it.
Is
at
there a trail
that.
of blood?
From him?
Yeah.
No.
So he was shot.
You're shot
there.
in position. Yes.
It is for fatigue recovery.
Woo!
Excellent. You're gaining 4 fatigue. Among the faces around, as you look around Utaku, you can see a few who were very clearly they're more clear images. They're obviously newer, and they're clearly wearing Ronin type clothing. You can tell that these might be the brothers and sisters and friends of Kairu Saitomo who had sought healing here. A voice, though, as you notice that, bellows throughout the room as if the room were 10 times its actual size. Who will test their strength among the mortals who seek to journey beyond this place? I am no fool. I know you did not come seeking my wisdom, but instead you seek out that pit of water. The poor, choking desire for power keeps you going. Whoever would test themselves, step forth into my dojo.
Lord Tagashi sent me here. I'm not certain he sent me here to test you, but he did send me here to find.
Make a
the water.
theology check. Rank 2. Or target number 2.
Target number 2 now. Trying to remember something. Is it trying to remember something?
It's not about remembering.
Because I'm trying to decide what ring to use.
Yes, it is a very sudden pressure that you're feeling. What ring is that?
I'm using Earth.
Okay.
That's usually my default ring
Sure.
when I'm not ticked off. So I have 3 success. And what is the target number?
Target number's 2, and
2.
remember you only get to keep 3 of those dice.
Right. So I will keep 2 success and 1 opportunity, which will just wipe out the strife.
Okay.
Or
awesome.
actually, oh yeah.
So what you feel while you look over the opportunity options for Earth, you feel this overwhelming, almost cloud of negative energy kind of pressed down on you as you mention Tagashi's name specifically. And the voice says, if you think Tagashi has the wisdom of this dojo, you are even bigger fool than I thought.
I did not say that he had wisdom in this dojo. I said I was sent by him.
And if you wish to pass through here, you don't have to pass Tagashi's tests anymore, young monk. You have to pass mine.
I see.
Step forward. Which one of you would test your strength?
Can I roll sentiment on his first comment and see if he's like completely convinced that we're only here for the water? I guess.
I think that. Yeah, you can roll sentiment on that.
Just fire.
Okay, sentiment and fire.
What do you want?
Target number would be 1.
What's fires even? Do you get bonuses for being above?
No,
Okay.
no, there would be no
So-
bonuses. So you're wanting to know if he sincerely believes that you have come for the pool of water.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he fully believes that you're only passing through his dojo. You're not here to actually train with him. Or at least them.
Can I get the fire one real quick?
Yes.
I just want to see if we can recover.
With all due respect, I missed your name.
Well, you saw my sign on the way in, did you not? The name's Miromoto Hiroto. some have called me the Mad Dragon, but surely you can tell that I'm the sanest person in this room. These people can't even talk.
Miramoto, I am Miramoto. Who the
You think you're Miramoto, but you dress and look like Togashi.
That is true.
And you speak as though you try to get closer to Shinsei.
I have studied the ways of Shinsei, very much so. My family is Miramoto.
My friend, you didn't know Shinsei like I did. Personally.
You knew Shinsei.
Absolutely. I beat him many times. He was a fool, a weakling. Those who seek enlightenment don't find power.
No, and I'm not here to find power either.
But you are here to test it. Step forward if you would test your strength.
And
What
what's-
test of strength do you have in mind?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you before the test begins, then it wouldn't be a test.
Why would it not be a test? You still have to meet your skill requirements.
Well, one day when you're the teacher at the dojo, you'll get to decide.
Strength comes in many forms.
And with that, I'm stepping up.
Okay, great. This is the
think I
encounter that
step
I
up.
built for Miramoto, but Isawa, you can take it.
Well, I'm the one he just
Well,
insulted.
not only that, I'm down to half strife, so.
No, I know.
I'm the one he
Or
just
half,
insulted. I mean, it's that or just
But
suck it up.
you're also the one trained in Earth Ring. So, you step up. As you step forward into the ring, without warning, you hear a click overhead. And you barely have enough time to react as you hear the sound of stone scraping against stone overhead. Roll me a target number 4 fitness check.
Wow, that's gonna hurt.
I believe in you. I believe.
It would be a target 3 if you had Earth Ring. It's a target 5 if you use air.
Actually, with as ticked off as I am from him insulting me, it's fire.
Okay, go for it.
This is not good.
I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe.
Well, hold on a second. So right now I have 4
Okay.
before I even go any further.
Okay.
That would be 5, 6 with an opportunity.
Oh my god.
Still going. 7 with 2 opportunity.
So as this gigantic stone
Now
pillar,
let me strife myself out.
yes, as this gigantic stone pillar crashes down toward you, how does it look as you hold it up with little effort? I think here's what
I
I
think
think.
because the flaming sword is
Here's what I
out,
think.
it's almost like I'm
can
just
parry
slicing
it,
it and
nice.
parrying it off to the sides.
Oh no, it's a giant pillar. I think what it more is you kind of hold up instinctually, like because you think something's falling at you to slash, and you almost hold it there with the sword.
I can see that. I
And
think it
it's
would.
because it's like this pillar that's like falling from the ceiling. It's very big, very long, huge, and you're just kind of holding it there, and you guys almost see like fire as if like from when
Like it's
you
clashing
two,
around the edges of it.
yeah, like from you two when you saw the Oracle of Fire, you almost see like from his feet up, it's like something else is helping him to hold this thing. That is a fine show of power. Even to not be dead after a task such as that used to be enough to grant access to my tutelage. But you seek passage. Next is a trial of speed, swiftness, and dare I say, vitality. Who would step up
I step up.
and endure this test? You! You're more comfortable on a horse than you are on land.
I mean, that's not entirely wrong.
So, you must
true.
now test where your friend, well, I don't know if you're friends, but you must now test where the young Kitsuki failed. Catch the arrow. It's that easy.
Okay.
That's all it will take. If you dodge it, 2 more will fire, multiplying each time until 1 is caught. Truly, for warriors such as yourself, with the power that you have, and he has not lifted the pillar yet, by the way, This task should be of the utmost ease. And make a target 3 martial arts check
Okay.
with air.
Oh, it's got to be air.
It's got to be air. And now, there are other difficulties if you use other rings.
I'm trying.
Air is the easy one.
Can I use Divination Omen of White Tiger on? No, as he's stepping up.
I think because you've got this pillar bearing down
I'm
on
also
you, you
deb-
probably don't have the room to
I'm also
focus.
debating what it would be to dodge the
Fair
first
enough.
one to go for 2.
So, which martial arts? There's 3 martial arts.
Unarmed.
Unarmed.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew which one.
I figured that, but I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Air's for. Okay. Oh, wait. He said 3.
Target number 3 for air.
I'll spend my
What would have been for Earth or Fire?
Earth would be much harder. Earth would be 5.
Well,
Well, I'm
Everything
debating
else
on
would
whether
be
to
4.
do water.
Water would be 4.
Yeah.
Ooh, you did good.
Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away.
Ooh, there you go. Maybe.
Oh.
Look at that.
So,
How'd you wind up?
4
Okay, 4 successes.
with 3 strife and 2 opportunity.
Okay.
So I'll definitely keep that strife. Let's see, what can I give it that opportunity?
So far, it's been a good night of rolling.
It's been a great
Not
night
for
of
me.
rolling so far.
So far, I've failed every roll that I've made.
That was me last session.
Yeah.
That's true.
When you roll 4 die and you get 4 opportunities, that's...
So the arrow Utaku comes whizzing toward you, and almost without thinking, you had just kind of stepped up and said, "Yeah, I'll do it," and he described it, and you hear a click, and you instinctively just, boom, and you've got it in your hand. And you almost look at it like, I didn't expect that I could do that. Almost like your arm had been guided by something else entirely. And you're holding this arrow, and he says, "Well, certainly I didn't expect you to thrive so quickly in that task, but this one will surely stop you dead. I grow tired, and I look forward greatly to adding you to my collection. And step forward, those who would endure the wrath of the kami."
As I'm holding up a pillar.
I tried
You
to
got this.
organize these. I made them very, very obvious.
Well, yes, you did, but I also got insulted.
You did.
So,
I thought the speed one was mine.
You did great.
you were right. We screwed up.
So,
And he's still holding up the pillar?
he's still holding up the pillar. Now you can try to make another fitness check to get out from under it.
What's that target number?
It's still 4.
Oh, man. What happens if I fail that one? Does it-
You're either still standing there or you are crushed.
Can I assist him?
I don't think you have time, at least until after the trials are over.
Okay. Well, it looks like it's meant to be. And I will step forward.
So you can choose to either make a target 3 fitness check or a target 4 theology check.
Well, I think the evidence will be a fitness check. And does it matter what ring I use?
It does not. All of them are the same.
Well, okay. Okay. Since I was in fire,
Balance plays a factor.
balance does play a
Balance
factor?
plays a factor.
Okay, so I get to re-roll 2 dice.
You do.
Well, that worked out
It's
well.
getting there. Not as lucky as Kevin.
No, but I still ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4 success.
You have a void point. You can toss another black die in if you'd like.
I do, but I only needed 3 success.
You did. What do you have?
I'm using fire, so.
Oh, you're using
strife,
fire. I thought you were
yes.
using earth.
No.
You told me I'm using earth unless I tell you different. And
Oh,
then you
well,
didn't say
no,
anything and rolled the dice.
Well, yes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No, I was using fire because
Yeah,
I'm a
no,
little ticked
you're
off
good.
right
You're
now.
good. You're good.
And I said unless I'm angry.
Yeah.
And
You didn't actually say that you were angry, though. So, verbal cues, man.
Very
So
good.
you step up.
also, if I have to hit a number, I'm always going to use fire. If it's like you hit this target number of success or die, yeah,
Sure.
Okay.
So you take those strife for sure.
right.
Unless you want to cancel those out with opportunity that you have.
Well, I can't. Actually, yeah, that would offset. So we're good.
All right. So you step forward and you, as this happens, you remember. Well, no, you weren't there. But Isawa, you remember fighting with Lord Akodo. Arasu, that was his name. Lord Akodo out at the Battle of the Blood Mist, or Black Mist. And you see this wind whip around Miramoto, buffeting you almost like you're in a tornado. And you are just kind of, you momentarily center yourself and then kind of strike out. And your muscles are kind of quivering as you withstand this extremely powerful gust of wind. And you wind up not taking any fatigue because of the successes you got. And it subsides. And he says, only a handful have made it through all 3 challenges.
You toy with us. You insult Shinsei.
One of the ghosts steps forward. And you see a man with long braided black hair, bare-chested, but wearing a large coin with the Miramoto sigil around his neck. Flava Flav style.
You got a gold medal for what?
He draws from his sash a pair of sai, which are like 2-pronged jite, and approaches you, twirling them on a single finger in each hand. Your last challenge, though, before moving forward, is to put me down.
You're ugly.
well done, you pass. Go ahead.
And your
If-
mother smells of elderberries.
If even one of you can put a mark on me, 1 mark, you will be allowed to pass.
I'm still holding a boulder.
You are still holding a pillar. And so he comes up, he's twirling these side. Go ahead and roll some initiative. You're gonna
What
be
was
rolling
initiative again?
It's a target number 1 tactics check.
Oh, that's right. With whatever. Okay.
And you're going to add the bonus successes you get after the first one to your focus.
And I'm in fire, right? So
Well, you choose your
You
ring now
choose,
for
yeah.
combat.
I'm still ticked off.
Air.
Okay?
Target number 2, right?
Target number 1. for
No,
this
target
check.
1. That's right.
So it's tactics.
Yes, target 1 tactics.
Okay.
So you got 2 successes there.
Mhm.
Add 1 to your focus.
Does he have any?
So that would be 5 altogether.
Okay.
Can you tell me all the terrain qualities, please? not joking. I don't know if that's important or not.
Fire auto converts to bonus successes, strife.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got 5 total with an opportunity.
Taku, how'd you do? 5?
Yep.
Y'all are all getting 5s, huh? And Katsuki, how'd you do?
Time for this man's 20.
Let me check.
If you got 1 success, it'll just be your
Ooh.
focus. Right?
No, this is fire
Ooh.
though.
Oh, okay.
The which one?
My opportunity on an
It's
initiative
5
check for air.
plus. But I also have to know,
Discover
do they have
foe's
any
disadvantage.
advantages that
Their choice.
are obvious?
Who?
Well,
These guys?
Yeah. Choose
No,
a
no.
character in the conflict and one of their advantages, you know. I don't know if you could count obvious advantages.
Sure. Yeah. Does anybody who wants to share an event? How many opportunities do you have?
Two.
So who wants to share one of your advantages with Kitsuki?
No, I apply the advantage to all their checks.
Oh, nice. So you apply you. What advantages is it limited to?
Their advantages, is the problem. So I guess
You have
right,
all of them
super
except
obvious.
fire.
So you don't. So I'd say you can use one of your opportunities to
got-
learn an
you got
advantage
fire,
from
didn't
somebody,
Okay,
No,
and
he was
fire.
using air.
or you can use
Okay.
that to like ask.
All right.
Does anybody have a fire-based advantage?
No.
No.
Are you talking distinctions here?
It's either or. of them.
Either or. Distinction or passion.
It's only useful,
No.
really, if it's
No.
to like your combat.
I can always, yeah.
Well, I am seasoned, so I mean, that always does come back into play some way.
Yeah, you're an old man.
Damn whippersnappers!
So it is 4 plus the successes above 1. Then?
Yes.
Or whatever your. It's
Yes.
focus, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I got 9.
Now my distinction, when I choose to stand my ground, if he's approaching, would that play into this?
What is your
It's
distinction
Indomitable Will, but my distinction, I can reroll 2 dice
when you're standing your ground?
when it helps with the check.
I don't think so because, you only get the benefits once per scene, so you kind of can get that one time for Indomitable Will.
Okay. Per scene, which would be this would be the scene.
This would be a scene, yes. Kevin, what were you asking me about a second ago?
The
Environment?
yes.
Let me see if I can find that. I used to know where it
Wait,
was.
this is the same kata for you.
Terrain 267.
It's really only because I didn't know how much.
Terrain qualities. This place is defiled and
Oh, what does that mean?
probably dangerous. Defiled. At the end of the scene, each character who was within the defiled terrain, which is everybody, is going to have to make a check, either fitness or meditation. Each character who fails will suffer the afflicted condition,
Okay. And
which is like taint.
okay.
And then dangerous. Whenever you perform a check while within dangerous terrain, you suffer physical damage equal to the strife symbols on your kept dice. It's only becoming dangerous now, though.
Okay, so, all right. I'm going to
What
use the
take?
Indomitable Will at this point, I guess.
Okay. Got nothing different.
Got nothing. Opportunities.
Hey, bring down
Kitsuki,
any
how did you wind up?
What stands for you?
9
Fire.
with
Fire.
this. It's 5. It was my
On an
starting
initiative
5,
check.
and then I had it's
Okay,
1 plus
9 total.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. We are going to go ahead and take a break. Thanks so much for listening and watching. Until next time, keep on adventuring.